This film doesn't remake The Crow. The premise is the same, and yes, there is a moment when he has like the black eye makeup that you see in the trailer where he kind of looks like The Crow. Everything else about this movie is so wildly different other than the names of the characters and the premise. A lover gets killed and comes back to avenge the unjust death of his girlfriend. Okay. That premise is the same. Everything else about this film, the look, the feel, the dialogue, the characters, all different. Totally different. Like, it's not even remotely. Like, I went in totally expecting, and this is, I mean, I guess you could call this a spoiler. It's not really a spoiler because it doesn't happen. I thought at some point they would stick in a couple lines from the 94 Crow just to, like, here's some familiarity for you. So I was waiting for, like, it can't rain all the time or victims aren't we all. I just knew it was coming because I was like, here, they're going to do it. They never did. So, and I genuinely mean this. I don't know if it was the studio, Rupert Sanders, or the screenwriters who went in saying, we cannot try to remake The Crow. Because The Crow, the 1994 Crow, is so beloved that remaking it would not be the right way to go. We need to make a similar story with the same characters and make it our own. For better or worse, and clearly we are not big fans of this movie, it didn't work. But it would work less if this did feel like they went and said, we're just going to try to remake, and it's just a bad version of the, because it's like when Gus Van Sant remade Psycho and he made a shot-for-shot remake of Psycho, and you're like, why? Like, you just remade it with Vince Vaughn and Anne Hesh. Like, just go watch the original, which is 1,000 times better. Like, why would you do that? I like Gus Van Sant, by the way.
Yeah, I do too.
But like, some remake, like a great example of this, kind of in a good way, would be Dawn of the Dead. Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead is one of my favorite horror films of all time. James Gunn wrote the script. The premise of a zombie attack and people surviving in a mall, yes, that's the same. But if you watch George Romero's film from 1976 and you watch Zack Snyder's film, they are so different you would never even know they're the same film. They have the same name, and they both take place in a mall and involve zombies. You would not even know they're the same film, ever. Imagine that as The Crow of 2024. Just, not the good version. But I give them credit because for what, better or worse, they made their own movie. Did I like it? Did it work for me? No. But thankfully, they didn't try to go down that route where they're like, we need to remake the 1990, and they didn't do that. It just has the same name and the same characters.